Hey everybody, welcome to the reminder video for the Evil Wizard's Throne Room. This is just a reminder video, it's not a complete tutorial, so see the rule book for all of the rules. The large tile with the Wizard's Throne Room is actually divided into 5 rooms, all of them following the rules for a medium-sized room. This means, for example, that a hero must spend a movement point to move into a different room, and the rooms in general follow the limits for monsters. Of course, the first thing that you do after moving your character into the room is to populate it with all the monsters and treasure. Notice that the Dark Watcher has a dotted diamond around it. This means that the Dark Watcher is not placed in the room to start with. Instead, if you ever get down to only one cultist left, immediately remove that cultist and place the Dark Watcher in that room. And of course, Malaphias is the boss that you will place in his throne room. Now, if you're playing true solo mode, you may feel very overwhelmed here in this throne room with all the monsters and the boss. However, Malaphias and the cultists do not move. Only the other monsters move. However, if that still feels like a little too much for you, you can just play the level 1 and level 2 with a single hero, and then at the end, bring in a couple of helpers. You can then decide to give them abilities or not, depending upon how confident you feel. The room with the pit has one ability that's not directly marked on the board. That pit is a bottomless pit. A hero in that room can automatically defeat a minor monster by playing a step symbol. A hero can defeat a major monster by using 2 step symbols. At the beginning of each turn, before the hero phase, Malaphias attacks. That's not part of his normal boss abilities used in combat, but it's a result of him being in the throne room here. And once you enter level 3, it will happen every turn until the end of the game. Note that it doesn't happen the first time when the hero is placed here because the hero phase has already started. We will use 2 dice to resolve his attack, so it's a good idea to use a black die and a white die just to keep them separate. 1 die will be used to spawn monsters, and the other die will be used to decide what area in the room his Grimbolt lightning attacks. In this particular case, the die associated with the Grimbolt attack is the bow and arrow. That means that heroes in any room with the bow and arrow symbol will take 1 wound of unblockable damage. Also in this particular case, the die associated with the spawning monsters is a step symbol, so that means that we spawn a minor monster. That monster is placed in the throne room, this upper left corner. The throne room ignores monster limits. When a hero reaches the throne room and is ready to do battle with Malaphias, we use his boss abilities. The boss abilities of Malaphias are separate from his attack. They're used only in combat. It's just like any other monster or boss. When Malaphias is on the blue side, at the beginning of combat he will summon a major monster and then shoot lightning bolts. As an example, when we begin combat, it may be that the young dragon was summoned and we roll the bow and arrow dice to see where the lightning bolts strike. They would strike our hero here because this room is marked by a bow and arrow, and he would take 1 wound of unblockable damage. Then he would have to fight all the monsters and Malaphias. Once Malaphias is defeated the first time, you will flip him to the red side, and he will no longer do the blue side effect of summoning a major monster and shooting the Grimbolt lightning. Instead, he will ignore 1 range damage. Note that Malaphias will still continue to do his attack at the start of every turn, even if he's on the red side. You win the game if the heroes are able to defeat Malaphias before the 21st turn. You lose the game if you're unable to defeat Malaphias by the end of the 21st turn, or if any hero has their health reduced to 0. That's the end of this particular video. Check out my other videos about Masmorra Dungeons of Arcadia to learn more about how to play the Alliance game.